Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Tyson, or you can call me TJ. And in this video, we're going to be getting back on the 1998 Toyota Tacoma Rebuilder. This is actually the second episode we've done on it so far. If you haven't already, go check out that first episode so you get caught up on what we've all done already. So we definitely got some big issues with this truck. One of the main issues is that it's actually stuck in reverse because this is a Rebuilder. It's been in an accident. So my dad actually did a bit of Googling since the last episode on a possible reason why this truck is stuck in gear.
Yeah, they said on the internet that the shift fork tends to slide into reverse if there's like a
Hard impact.
yeah, like if it's in an accident, or some of the stories they even mentioned it was in shipping while they were shipping the transmission. The internet suggestion is to take out the reverse light switch, take a screwdriver, and then you should be able to slide the shift fork back into place.
So if we can fix it with just that would be awesome. Then we don't have to take out the transmission. So, all right, guys, we're underneath the truck now. This is the transmission, and right there is the sensor. My dad's pointing to it right there. So this little sensor right there is what we need to take out. This is very awkward to film, just so you know. Well, that came out pretty easy.
Yeah, looks like it's damaged.
Yeah? Does it?
Yeah, yeah, it's broken. Might have still been working, but
Yeah.
the plastic is definitely broken.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
needs to be replaced, it looks like. So that creates a hole that we can then pry around in.
It's supposed to move it to the front.
So that's my dad prying inside the hole of the transmission. He said he can feel something, but it's not moving.
It's not moving at all.
Yeah, I don't think this method's gonna work.
Looks like the transmission has to come out.
That's a pretty big job.
A few moments later.
Guess what, guys? We got it to shift. It's actually going places.
Even into reverse.
No way. I think we got full motion now.
Yeah.
So yeah, so basically my dad just did a bit of shifting around and it actually worked. Like you just took the screwdriver and you said you put it to the front.
With the screwdriver, I was going the wrong way.
Oh, okay.
So I got the screwdriver underneath the fork and went the other way, and suddenly it moved.
Huh. Yeah, and then you sensed a little motion in it.
It moved just a wee little bit.
Huh.
And then put the shifter in.
And we
now
stuck
it's
that
working.
in and now it's actually going into gear. Steering wheel's in the way, but yeah, it's actually working now.
Yeah.
We might actually be able to move this thing. That is such a relief. We got this thing going in all gears now because we thought we'd have to take out the transmission. That would have been such a big job. But now this thing's actually got all gears going, which is good because now we can put the transfer case back in and the drive shafts back in, and then we can get this thing mobile. So yeah, let's get to it. Let's get those parts back in this truck. Perfect. All right, guys, we got the drivetrain all back in. We even got the gear shifters all put back together. It's working good. And so now we're actually gonna put power to it and start this thing up and see if it'll drive, and then we'll drive it outside, see if it'll actually drive around. So let's get to it. Nice burnout. We got four-wheel drive working now. That's awesome. That's awesome. Four-wheel drive burnout. Alright guys, we got it back in the shop. So as you can tell, it's running and driving now. It's driving under its own power. It goes forwards, backwards. 4-wheel drive works amazing. We did the 4-wheel drive burnout. So now that we got the transmission aside and figured it out, now we're actually going to go onto the motor, because as you could probably tell, the engine was running really rough. We're going to do a lot of maintenance on the engine. Probably going to swap spark plugs, put a new battery in it, some other stuff. So let's get onto the engine, take a look at it, and see what we can find. Before we do any actual maintenance on it, like changing spark plugs and the battery and air filter, we're actually going to do the fuel right away, because we know that there's some really old fuel in it. We've calculated that the fuel in this truck's approximately 7 years old, so that might be a big reason why it's not running good, because yeah, there's some really old fuel in here. First thing we're going to do is drain the fuel out of this thing, and at the same time we're probably going to change the fuel filter, because it's pretty easily accessible. And then we're going to go uptown and get some new fresh fuel for this thing. Alright guys, we got everything done. We got the new battery in, we topped up the coolant because it was pretty low, and we also did new spark plugs in there. And we actually figured out two things when we were doing the spark plugs. First thing is that not all 6 spark plugs were actually the same. 3 of them were different, and the 3 actually looked more original because the 3 were on this side because they're way harder to get at. So I have a feeling when they replaced the 3 on that side, they didn't feel like getting the ones on that side, so they just replaced 3. So that's kind of interesting. The second thing is actually the coils, the spark plug coils on this thing. This V6 only has 3 coils for all 6 cylinders, which means if one coil is out, then 2 cylinders are dead. And it did sound like that 2 cylinders weren't firing when we fired it up before. So I don't know, we might have a coil problem, but new spark plugs, we're gonna fire it up, see how they work. Also got new fuel in this. Hopefully it runs better. So we're gonna fire it up and see how well it runs. All right, let's see if she'll fire up. How's it running?
It's the same problem.
Yeah?
Yeah. Let's try to eliminate which coil it is.
Yeah. So it fired up, but it's still running the same. Sounds like it's running on like 4 cylinders again. So
Yeah, it hasn't changed at all. What we might do is just, while it's still running, we'll just disconnect one coil at a time and then see what difference
Yeah.
it makes. And
Okay.
then if we pull one off and doesn't make any difference, then we know that one's dead.
Oh yeah.
So we'll try that.
Because we definitely have a dead coil, which, like we said, means 2 cylinders are out. So.
Yeah, definitely. It's still running only on 4.
Yeah, interesting. So let's go figure out which coil is dead.
Oh,
What happened?
it's not that one.
I just killed the motor.
It's not that one.
Weird. So it must be the third one.
Hopefully.
Yeah. That's weird.
We're not sure.
Oh boy. So guys, we obviously still have an issue with misfiring on this truck. The engine's still not running 100%. We still don't really know what the problem is, but we'll definitely have to do a scan and see if any codes pop up on the electronics in this truck. But one big accomplishment is that we got this thing driving under its own power. That transmission was a huge issue, and we finally got it figured out, so that's awesome. Stay tuned for the next episode on this truck, and subscribe because it really helps us out. If you guys haven't already watched the first episodes we did on this truck, go check out that. I even made a playlist so you guys can watch all those videos, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.